This is Damon Stevens with Wealth Builders. Today is Thursday, March 3rd, 2022, and the stock market update for trades of our day. And we had a failed breakout today. So just looking for Friday to see how we're going to close out the week. It might be a down week, but we'll see what it brings. But let's look at the market today. So Dow Jones closed down 0.29%, NASDAQ down 1.56%, and S&P 500 down 0.53%. We're going to our heat mapping, see that real estate did well, utilities did well, but our FANG stocks overall, cyclicals and some of the financials kind of suffered today, but healthcare was also good. Looking at as far as our charts, INDO, this has been was a multi-day trade. I haven't covered this a lot, but we had a good move today in pre-market and after market shortly. So I just want to cover that one. So we'll look at that one and see, but we tried to break out. We were at critical resistance levels to break out, and we failed that breakout. We'll cover it in our charts, but just remember, we're not financial advisors, and this information that we cover is just for your information only, and stay safe out there when you're trading. So here's INDO. You can see INDO. We have, we came up to 1521 here, came back up, hit 2319, so we blew through our basically our trend line here. We blew through it again. We met it here, blew through it here again, 25. Hit the top of it here, 25.25, so just barely a little bit higher today. So you can see we hit, just after market open, 25. We pulled down, popped back up. So you had another chance. And so even if you missed this in pre-market or right after, you had another chance to catch this trade. And we hit our trend line again, pulled back, flattened out. After that, we kind of sold off and pulled back. So do we get any more out of this? Possibly. I put this after hours, so you can see it looks like we did consolidate and try to break out again. 2340. We'll see if we get some tomorrow. Not sure if we'll get back up to 2439, which would be the goal tomorrow at least, or higher. But we'll see. So we'll see. And so we got maybe one more day in this, and then we'll see what next week brings. As far as earnings, a lot of earnings came out today. None of them that kind of really hit my criteria for trading, so I did not trade them today. But definitely Costco, Broadcom, Gap filled after hours. And Friday, I don't have anything that I'm watching on Friday, so I'll look at these in the morning, see if any of the earnings this week is on the move, and if so, then we'll go ahead and take advantage of those. Otherwise, just at least want you to be aware of them. That way, in case you have interest in them or you're looking at trading them, you know what's out there as far as earnings. Looking at Google today, Google, had a broad range. It had resistance here at the 50, didn't break out. It did break back through the 20 and close up below the 20, but it found support at the 200. So just kind of in this little chop range here. So the thing that I am looking at, though, is we close below the 20 and we close at the bottom part of the candle. So if that's the case, we got to really hold this support at 2664 tomorrow. If we break below the 200, we could start rechasing this candle down here. So just something to be aware of, and then as far as the 50, do we have enough momentum to get back up above the 50? Maybe not, unless we have a huge rally tomorrow, which I don't expect. We'll probably see, but it's possible. But maybe we can at least break above the 20 and hold at the 20. Looking at Tesla, you can see Tesla try to rally up, hit our trend line here, and failed. Broke back below the 200 and back down to our support line, and then kind of settled down below. So again, showing weakness. If we break our support line down here at 828 tomorrow, I see it's at least coming down to 794, maybe bouncing there. And if we fail there, we could start to chase down here towards the 700 again. So hopefully you get support. You can see we had support here. We were flat on this day. So it's possible we get that support down there, but possibly down day tomorrow. Nvidia, you can see Nvidia, try to get above the 20, failed again. And it's down at the bottom here. So as long as we hold above the 200 moving average, around this 232 level, if we break that, we could be coming down to our support line below our trend line. If we break that, 210 would be the next line in the sand. So we're going to see if Nvidia can continue to hold here. AVGO is still holding above that 20 moving average, so that's good. I don't like that it's not moving off, so hopefully we can get enough momentum here. It looks like, this is more of a doji, so it could get ready to break down below. If it breaks the 20 at 5781, we have our trend line there in the 50 at 520.99. So hopefully those can provide some support for us. If they break them, then we could be coming down to 100. Microsoft, looking for Microsoft, it failed to get above the 20 at 306. We got to break that if we want to start moving higher into that upper zone. If we can hold here, that's one thing. If we break down below, our 50 moving average at 288.50, we could be coming down back down to our 100 at 253.80. Apple, pulled down, but it's above the 20. I like that, we still have a green candle on it. So maybe Apple, can help pull the market up tomorrow. But if it falls below, this 163.80, we could be coming down to 150.29. If we can hold this 20, maybe we can rally back up towards that 180 level. Amazon had a big old pullback. It fell out to hold above the 20, pull back, and now we're in this little zone right here of this breakup candle. So we chased about a quarter of it. It's possible we could go down to at least half, which would be around this 2,900. We break that, 2,800 is on the docket here. So we can see, but if we can get back above 310, we can try to rally to 350. But right now, we ended the day looking pretty weak on Amazon. So we'll see what tomorrow brings. Continue to subscribe, and like our videos if this is being helpful for you and if it's able to give you ideas, trading ideas, and also help you understand where the market's at. And then continue to share and our site with others, and that way they can join as well. Looking at a 10-year bond, the bond pulled back down and just tagged the 100, bounced off, still under the 50 moving average. So it's kind of this midline there. A U.S. oil pulled back here. We talked about this. It probably have a pullback here after that, a huge climb. So we're just right under 110. So 110 is our resistance line. So, we might consolidate here for a little bit, but as long as we don't break 105 and come down to the 20, we should hopefully, hold that level and be able to move back up again. The dollar is elevated almost to the top of our trend line, around this $98. So, the dollar moves up, inflation, starts to be reflected in here. So we just got to be careful that because that could pull the market down. The VIX kind of closed flat today at around 30. It's not below 30. It's right close to 30, just above it. So if we spike back up, market's coming down. If we can break down below the 20 at 28, maybe we can get some more rally and pop back up there towards the highs of where we were. SPY, so you see here, this is where it tried to break that 20,200. We said, that might be kind of tough and might find a resistance, and it absolutely did. And so it failed to break out and hold that line, and it broke below it. So, it's very likely, we've been in this little zone here. It's very likely to come back down to our support line around this 429, maybe even down to our trend line here at 423 tomorrow. If we break that, then we have this candle here that we continue to break down as well, back to 411. So looking tomorrow to see, right now it closed at the bottom of the candle. So it's likely we come down lower tomorrow, be my guess. Do we close down there? I don't know. We could have a day end rally. Maybe it pulls down and then rallies back up. Try to break through that. But right now, that is a failure right now on that breakout. Triple Qs at the bottom, it failed to break out above the 20 as well. So it's back down here, just above our support line at 339.92. If it breaks that, now we got this big candle down here that we can chase. Semiconductors, bottom. So you can see some consistencies across the board. We all failed to get above the 220s. We're pulling back down. We break below 260, 255s on the list. We break that, we could be coming down to the lowest 246. Dow Jones at the bottom failed to break out the 200 and the 20. So, we're back in this zone again. So, if we continue to go lower than 338, could come down here to 330 is our support line. If we break that, then obviously we have this big breakup candle. IWM, trying to hold that trend line. So we're still holding the trend line, even though we're at the bottom part of that. So we should be able to have support down here, right at the 20, which is where we're at. So if we can bounce off this, 201 level, we can start to rally back up towards the 50 And if we get above 206, we can rally up. If we break our trend line down here, 198, then we could be coming back down. XLF for financials. Try to rally up here. It failed on the rally, pull back down here. Touched tag the 200, but closed in the middle, but towards the bottom of that candle. So, if this fails, it could come back down here to the 200. If it breaks 3750, we're coming back much lower. That would probably pull the whole market down. Healthcare. So we're right on the 20. So it's showing a reversal here towards going back, higher. So if we can, break above this 132 level tomorrow, we can possibly rally up to 136. If we fail, then we'll probably come back towards this 127 area. Technology sector, fail the 20 and the 200, pull back down. So if we can hold 151, we're good. If not, we're coming down to 150 or 146. Bitcoin showing weakness. So you can see it's, back down in this candle. It's between the 20 and the 50. If it breaks, this 41,000, it's probably come down to at least 39. If it can get back above, the 100 moving average, 44,000, then we can start to rally back up towards the 200 moving average. GLA, so it's showing weakness as well. I'm not in this now. I'm watching it. I'm going to be looking at some others as well. I figure just leave it on to close out the week, but I'm not trading this one right now. Looked at it possibly shorting it if it breaks below this level, this 4283 level. But I got to watch Bitcoin, see what it does first. CRO. So CRO, we had this downward sloping wedge. Try to break out, and you can see it failed. It's below the 20. So more than likely, we're coming back down here towards this 34.8. And if we break that down, 32.5 for support. So just something to keep an eye on. That's our cryptos or stocks. We're coming to the weekend. So definitely, be careful on Fridays. We could, close out the week down a little bit. We had a nice rally, earlier this week, and it looks like we may be retracing back today and tomorrow. So just be careful out there, and have a great weekend. And we will talk on Sunday as we prepare for the next week. Everybody have a great night.